It's been a few weeks since I last posted, which isn't what I intended at all for you guys. I'm in the middle of one of the biggest esports events on the planet, and there is a lot to talk about. I've been in Riyadh now for the past 4 weeks at the Esports World Cup, and it has been insane. We've seen some of the best games take the stage with the best teams, and the scale of the production is crazy. However, when you're on the ground, it can sometimes feel a little bit like chaos in a suit. I came in with a pretty clear idea what I wanted to show you guys across this whole event. However, that basically all went out the window by the second week. Now, it's not to say that I haven't shot stuff to show you guys, but the EWC is a giant machine with a ton of moving parts. So getting the necessary permissions to actually show you guys what goes on behind the scenes has been a bit of a work in progress. I'm hoping that as things go on, I will be able to show you guys some more, but for now, I realize that I can't keep waiting for permission to come in to show you guys everything that I'm doing there. So instead of just being silent, I thought I'd just do something like this so I can just kind of explain to you guys that I've been busy, not being lazy, and talk a little bit about my experiences. Obviously, we have other events coming up, and hopefully even before that, I'll get the green light to finally show you guys what it's like here on the ground. But until then, you just gotta deal with me talking to you. This channel is all about showing esports from the inside. And part of that journey is sometimes just hitting walls where I have to wait for someone to greenlight something before I can show you what it's like. And that includes messy schedules and plans changing on the fly and trying to adapt to every new bit of information that comes in, and figuring out how to keep things going even when things aren't working to plan. And nothing is a better analogy of that than me doing a piece like this. Now, instead of showing you everything, I'm just telling you what I can and what's been going on. So in that light, here's what's been going on. Firstly, I cannot, and I cannot stress this enough, I cannot understate the scale of this event. Something like Worlds or a Counter-Strike Major is obviously kind of the pinnacle of esports tournaments in terms of scale and event size, but the Esports World Cup is massive. There's 5 different stages here. You have the Amazon Arena, the Qiddiya Arena, the STC Arena, STC Gaming Hall, SNB Arena, and STC Studios. 6 places to play games here, which is mad. And each one is more impressive than the last. But the big 3, the STC, Amazon, and Qiddiya Arenas, those are the main ones that you're gonna see on broadcast most of the time for the top tier games. And the stages, they're just crazy. They've elevated so much from last year. But of those 6 arenas, it's kind of hard to describe to you what they're like without showing you. So hopefully that's something I'll be able to do soon. I've shot a video that shows them, I've got it ready to go. I just need the permission to actually post it. But to talk a little bit more about what I've actually been doing here, it's a lot of following the stories, keeping up with all the different games that are going on, and a mixture of tournament coverage and small VIP stuff. So when we have guests that come to the EWC, we've had people like Tony Hawk or Tom Grennan, David Harbour, that was a cool one. Not only do I get to interview them, but we get to kind of follow them around and show them what the rounds are like here at the EWC, take them to all these different kind of venues and get them to watch the games. And it's honestly just quite cool because you just get to chat to these massive celebrities about video games and what they like and what they play. Like when I was interviewing David Harbour and he started dropping things like he was saying how he used to watch DreamHack and ESL back in the day. Like, that's crazy. Or Nick Curious was telling me how he got a chance to play with some of the Call of Duty players and he was holding his own against them in like free-for-all matches, which is insane. Like, this guy travels around the world playing tennis at the highest level, yet he still loves COD enough. He can play with the pros and hold his own. And there's kind of something about it when you have these celebrities that come in who are kind of well respected in the more mainstream world, that come here and they're actually like, no, this is awesome. Like, this is really cool. I think Nick saying that he was just like, this is the best day ever, because he just got to be around all the games he loves to be around. But anyway, enough of all that. Despite all the chaos and running around filming these guys, I've also been doing a ton of tournament coverage and getting to see all these games played in various arenas, and that's been a real treat. Seeing teams travel from all over the world to come and compete here for their chance at a massive grand prize has been nothing short of incredible. Rather than go into all the depths and details about how the EWC structure works, I think I'll save that for a bit later on. For now, I just wanted to kind of give you guys an update on what's actually been going on here at the ground and why I've been so quiet. So last year was way more tailored. we would have our story kind of prepped in advance. We knew we wanted to follow a local fan, or maybe it was a film about rivalries, or a film about the Falcons, you know, and their kind of win streak. Whereas this year's kind of broader tournament coverage, which sounds a little bit easier, but it comes with its own disadvantages. Last year I could be across everything, but in a way that meant I just had to be kind of on top of everything a little bit. This year, because we're across all the tournaments in a more in-depth fashion, I need to be across more stories and kind of keep my finger on the pulse of what's happening across 4 different games a week. That's not the easiest, but that's kind of why the Esports World Cup is good, because there is so much happening. Whether your game is League, or whether it's Dota or Overwatch or Apex, whatever that happens to be, there's something here for you. It's harder for me. I totally appreciate this video's been a bit of a ramble, but I just wanted to kind of check in with you guys to let you know that I'm still here, I'm still working, and I am trying to get this permission sorted so that I can show you what's going on from the inside, because it's worth showing you what's going on from the inside. The scale here is huge, and the broadcast is great. It shows you what's going on here, but not to the scale I would like to. I want to show you guys what it's actually like to be on the ground, and I want to do that in the right way and make sure that I'm going through the right channels. So with any luck, that'll get sorted soon. I'll be able to give you a real insight into what it's like to be here at the Esports World Cup. But until then, thanks for sticking around, and I'll see you next time.